This is a doily. I don't know, the doily is like something you put a plate on or something like that. So this was from Lebanon, Illinois. And Lebanon, Illinois, in 1974 they had the centennial, meaning that they had been a city for 100 years. And in 1967 they had the Lebanese embassy send them a cedar tree. So after what do you call that, goodwill relations between the two countries, they decided to take the cedar as it is from our flag and put it as the city emblem. This key is also from Lebanon, Illinois. So this one was one of the best surprises I got on this trip. It's because when I went there, I had an interview with the radio, like public radio over there, and we met the mayor of Lebanon, Illinois, Rich. So when we met with him and all that, so he said, well, I have a surprise for you, and then he opened the drawer and gave me this. I didn't have many words to say. I mean, this was the key to the city of Lebanon. This is the Lebanon Dodge County. But why does this matter? Because just because of the history of it, that reminded me of the actual Lebanon, which is, if you see here, like it has four symbols. This is the imperial eagle German, because they're all of German ancestry. This is because the slogan of the town is help where help is needed. This because all the farmers grow corn. And this is where the history is. All the town historically was Lutherans. And there were two sects of Lutherans. Party-goers Lutherans and Lutherans who didn't like to do any of that. No music, no alcohol, no nothing. And at one point, they only had one teacher to teach both sects. And that teacher was a guy who used to play the violin. But the people who are the hardliners, they told him, you can teach, but you're not allowed to play the violin in class because that's the tool of the devil or all that. And it created like a huge rift in the town between the two parts. And that rift from the 1800s, it lasted until the 1980s. This t-shirt is from Lebanon, Maine. So on my visits, I always used to go to the fire station, one of the first things. Why? Because my dad was a firefighter and my grandfather was a firefighter. So, and I used to spend a lot of time as a kid in the fire station in Quarantino. So to me, it's like, it's a childhood thing. So I'd always pass there. So when I told the fire chief that my dad is a firefighter, I mean, my grandfather passed away, but my dad's still alive. So he gave me two. It's like, this is one for you and one for your dad from Lebanon, Maine. This photo was taken on the road between Lebanon, North Dakota and Lebanon, South Dakota. And it was one of the first few times that I actually saw the sun, you know, driving and all that. And seeing that, the open fields, the hay bales and all that, I mean, it's a stereotypical view of what one sees on an American road. This photo, the reason why I like it is that because it's like two American cliches in one. One, it's a cowboy, and two, he's in a McDonald's. Because here it's like, it's a McCafe. This photo, after posting it, I understood a lot about the division between rural America and urban America, like city life and rural life. Why? So for someone who lives in the city, it doesn't have to be in the US, even in Lebanon, they act as if the food that they eat, you know, on their plate came, you know, magically, that the animal that they're eating, no one killed it. So this was the last day of deer season in Maine. And the guy who shot it was like 17 years old or something. And then when you talk with the people over there, you realize that a lot of these hunters, like, I don't know how many kilos of meat that is. This could last them like months and months of meat without actually having to buy the meat. And this is what helps them, it's like, survive for a lot of people. This is Matthew. This is Matthew, owner of a restaurant on my way to Lebanon, Wisconsin. He had two kids, two boys, but then his daughter was born premature like all the other boys. And then, so they put her in the incubator. And she was all right. But then one day they called him and they told him that there's a problem. So he goes and his daughter was on life support because by mistake a nurse was picking her up and she scratched her with a nail. So because she's like a premature, so she got an infection. So the doctors there told him, look, we know that in case, like one of the doctors told him, in case you want to sue the hospital, you might win money because of it. So he told the doctors, no, I don't want to sue. Why should I become rich from someone's mistake? And why should I ruin this nurse's life because of this? So to me, it sucked because you don't have a lot of these people.